Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to meet an amazing entrepreneur who's created a lifestyle brand for people who love cars. We'll explain next.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
One of the fastest growing brands in America is people who are car enthusiasts and they just don't have enough garage for all their cars. I think about Jay Leno and I think about so many other people who collect cars. So in studio today is the co-founder of Garages of America, Jack Griffin. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
Yes. So you were comparing this before the show to marinas. So if you were a boat enthusiast.
Correct.
Okay.
It's in a sense, it's like a boat marina that supports the boating hobby and lifestyle. However, the twist is, unlike boat marinas, which is a rental product, ours actually, the people buy the garages and they own the garage in a condominium ownership, which gives them the freedom to customize it however they want to suit their needs and their taste. So it's incredible what people do.
Well, and you're a true maverick because I think you created a new category because I don't think this existed before you started it. We're going to pull up his website, and as we scroll down the website, I want you to talk about, you have car or garage owners in how many different communities now?
Well, we actually have 8 different locations with completed garages presently. We have 3 more, either planning or getting ready to start construction just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area alone. And then 2 in Houston, another one planned in Houston, and in Austin as well.
And how does it work? So they will come to you and they'll say, listen, I have several Porsches and I want to display them, or I want to have a man cave. I mean, how does that work?
Well, the way it works is we have a lot of different sizes. So it's not a one-size-fits-all situation. So we have, we have half a dozen different sizes depending on how many cars they have, depending on how they want to fit it out, because we have people that have bathrooms, wet bars, big screen TVs. Yes. It's way more than just a garage. It's an entertainment venue as well. I've had parties for 50 people in my garage, pizza and wine parties, and race watching parties, things like that. And rather than be at home with a large garage, which I used to have, it's so much fun to be in a community of other people. And so I'll have my doors open and people will come in from the other garages and we'll sit down and have a glass of wine and talk about life and so forth. And very interesting people. Mm-hmm. But the common thread is the love of cars and all kinds of different cars we have. And they're not all real expensive cars. We have, everything from, I have one car that I've owned 49 years. It's a Porsche that I bought 49 years ago. Wow. And I have some newer cars as well, but we have people that have, American muscle cars and Corvettes and Lamborghinis and Ferraris and so forth. We entertain car clubs, but the car hobby has evolved so much in the last maybe 20 years, something like that, so that it's a legitimate hobby and lifestyle, unlike just transportation, because, you can pick up some kind of car just to get from point A to point B, but so many people have this affinity for cars as a lifestyle, and they go to car events together. Next month, I'm going to Telluride for a huge car event. Wow. I've done car events all over, but my background is kind of different in that I grew up around cars. My dad was an auto mechanic. And when I got out of college, I had a career in real estate development. And I sort of semi-retired at 38, and I went to school to be a race car driver. Wow. So I actually drove race cars. I raced at Le Mans, Daytona, Sebring, and all those things. And as well as I've done a lot of car collecting, car events. So over the years, I have met so many interesting people as a result of the car hobby. Mm-hmm. And that's what happens is that the relationships that you form, it's more just like any other hobby, tennis or golf or whatever. It's more than the actual activity of doing the sport. It's the people you meet, the relationships. That's what it's all about.
All right, so Jack is a humble guy, so he would not mention this name, but I will. Jerry Seinfeld. So you became friends with Jerry Seinfeld?
Yes, it's really, one of these odd things that happen in life. You just you never know what might happen. I had a special car that was on the cover of a magazine, and it happened to be blue, and it was a vintage Porsche. And blue happens to be Jerry's favorite color. So I got a call from the editor of the magazine saying that someone wanted my phone contact information. And I said, well, I don't really want to sell the car. And he said, well, you might want to talk to this guy. It's Jerry Seinfeld.
Oh, my goodness.
So I said, okay. If you, okay, give Jerry my number, So I actually got a call from his assistant, Carol Brown, and we had a very nice, long conversation. And anyway, I told her that I wasn't really interested in selling it, but she asked if I ever came to Los Angeles. And I said, well, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be there next month or whenever it was for an event. And so she said, oh, if you have some time, we'll probably be filming an episode, and it'd be great if you could come by and meet Jerry. And I said, well, I think I can work that into my schedule. So I did. A buddy of mine that I stayed with in L.A., we started out at the Santa Monica airport where Jerry keeps all of his cars, or at that time. And then we went to the studio where they were filming an episode, and I was there until 9 o'clock at night while they were filming. And he actually put me in the episode as just someone that walked by in a scene, and later I was edited out. But they sent me the recording of that scene, and I recorded the show, and I had my scene put back in. So I actually have a tape of me in a Seinfeld episode.
That is so cool. That is so cool. Okay, you have dozens of videos on YouTube. Let's go ahead and hear from one of the owners.
Hello, I'm Bob Slauson, and welcome to my garage. This garage is just a man cave, family, friends, watch games. Got a couple video games upstairs. I got a fish tank upstairs, so when I have trouble with the wife, I say I gotta go feed the fish. Married, 2 kids, moved to Dallas from Buffalo, New York 15 years ago. Self-employed, own North Texas Shade. And North Texas Shade is sunshade products, so there's an abundance of sun, and you got to have sun protection, so it never goes away, it never stops. We had rented a shop, and then it was too small, so we rented storage units for overflow, and it just was time to have our own space, our own location, our own identity, and this was the perfect fit because it just works well for everything. Checks all the boxes. So I initially bought this garage. It was less than a year. We had bought the second garage, which you'll see the second garage is full. We need the third garage. I mean, this isn't a hard sell. The hardest part is explaining to somebody, oh, it's a garage condo. They don't even know what that means. And then the easiest way to explain it is just to bring them here. And then once they look at it, they're like, whoa, this is really cool. This motorcycle brand is KTM, so everything is based on the KTM colors, the floor, all the motorcycle accessories, the bikes, everything is based on that concept. Used to race 3-wheelers, I raced dirt bikes, been involved with motorcycles since I was 14. Now I do adventure rides with the KTM adventure bikes. It's from Key West, Florida to Prudhoe Bay, Alaska. That would be on this bike here, 5,500 miles. and you have to do it in 20 days. I just wanted everything very clean, so we decided to build a back wall to hide stuff. We have a half bath behind the wall, and then on the other side we have all storage with shelving and everything is in there. And then the builder's idea was to build out the mezzanine 10 feet. And I'm so happy I did it, because when you go upstairs, it feels like double the space. It's not, but it does feel like it. Yeah, my garage at my house is now the garage at the house. I can walk out through the garage, can grill in the grill. The wife pulls in with her car and loads the groceries. It was her idea to begin with, so this is the truth. I've never been, while I'm working or having fun here, stressed out. It's just a great community.
Amazing. So is Bob a typical customer for you?
Well, Bob is sort of a multifaceted customer in that he actually runs his business out of the garage. Now, some people run their business, but you can't have like a retail business where people come in and out and that sort of thing.
Right.
His business is actually installing screens for patios and that sort of thing. So he does his business, he executes his business outside of the garages. So he uses his garage to store his inventory, that sort of thing. So it is a business use, but it's acceptable in our garages, unlike some types of businesses. But he also needs a place for his toys. And he's got motorcycles and cars and old cars and new cars and so forth.
Yes.
And it's a hangout place. You saw his machine, his little games and stuff like that, you know.
Yes. Well, you came on my radar screen because of the great David Johnson from KRLD, and he featured you on his CEO Spotlights segment. You were telling David that your typical customer is like 10 minutes away from their garage?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's convenience is sort of our main thing. And our typical garage owner lives 5 to 10 minutes from their garage. So if he gets the idea at 7 o'clock at night, I want to go up and shine on my car, he can be there in 10 minutes. Yes. And so it's real convenient. And that's huge.
All right, Jack, where do you see this going? I mean, is this in all 50 states one day?
You know, it's hard to tell. I mean, we could be in so many locations. Unfortunately, I'm 80 years old.
You look great, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Take care of yourself.
I tell you, my co-founder, Fred Gans, he is 11 years younger, and his son, Sean, and another, Mark Scott. So we have some young people on board that kind of support us and prop us up, you know. But Fred is really the guy that does the heavy lifting. And Sean and Mark, they're young people, young energy and so forth. And I kind of have the easy job because I just do my lifestyle. It's my lifestyle anyway, and I promote the lifestyle.
Well, there's an old saying, happy wife, happy life.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, for these car enthusiasts who happen to be men, this really keeps the family together.
You know, and that is a great point, Jeff, because a lot of our people, they'll look at the garages and they love what they see, and they'll say, oh, I need to check with my wife. Their wives love it because sometimes too much togetherness is not so good, okay? And it's a harmless, great place for, the husband to get away occasionally.
Yes.
To go play with his cars and not have the cigar smokers in the garage at home.
Yes. And your business actually grew during COVID.
It did during COVID, and we were a little worried, like, oh gosh, what's this going to do? But during COVID, so many people were captured at home, and there was, in some cases, too much togetherness. And so our sales our garages flew off the shelf. All of a sudden, it's like, oh, I gotta have a place to go. And our garages is perfect.
Wow. Jack, you impressed me so much. So in the final minute, look into the camera on the left and talk to that car enthusiast who might want to contact you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I love to give tours. And I have 3 garages myself with a collection, 14 cars in my group. And I'm in our Carrollton location. And I'm available only 7 days a week. I'm there every day. So I would love my phone number 214-435-4898. Give me a call. And I'd love to meet you day or night, show you my garage and explain the lifestyle, so you'd love it.
And you have monthly get-togethers?
We do. The first Saturday of every month, it's open to the public from 9 to 11, and we have mimosas, breakfast burritos, coffee and donuts, and it's called Garages and Gearheads Having Coffee. Every month, we'll have 250 to 300 visitors come in.
Wow.
The majority of our garages are open for people to see, and we don't call it showing off. We call it sharing. Okay,
I love that.
So they're sharing their garages, and you can see the most incredible man cave garages you've ever seen, all in that one location. And see, we have a number of other locations around Dallas-Fort Worth, but that in our Carrollton location is where that happens. And we're actually under construction, almost finished with our second phase. Our first phase was sold out. We typically sell out before construction is even complete.
No kidding.
So our second phase, which is 67 garages, is almost complete. And we're 60-something% sold in our second phase. And we have automotive retail businesses, car repair shop, car stereo shop, that sort of thing at our location. And we're doing a new thing in our second phase, and it's an event center and car storage. So it's called P1 Motor Lounge. And that is also going to be an exciting leg to our story, where people can relax, come and hang out at our event center, and so that'll be open, 7 days a week, doing events and race watching parties, and so that's a social venue.
Jack, I'm so impressed with you. Thank you for what you're giving to the world. And
thank you.
80 years old?
80 years old.
That's amazing. You look great. So we're going to end with his website, which is garagesofamerica.com. The great Jack Griffin. Thanks for coming on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jeff.
That's it for now. We'll see you next time.